He got himself now, averaging just under 22, and I think for him, the job, he'll feel like his job is to get Sam Ayub out. If he can do that, they'll feel like they're heading in the right direction early on in this test.
Umpires, Alex Wolf in his 7th test match, and Nitto Menon in his 29th. The two men in charge. Kumar Damasima is the TV umpire, and Richard Richardson the match referee. Right, here we go. Rabada to start. Scott slips. A little bit of extra bounce off the thigh pads, close to Dazorzi.
Rabada will provide the blueprint for the rest of the cast to follow, because he's got experience, he's got skills, and this wasn't such a bad delivery to start the proceedings. Came back, hit him high on the thigh, and that short leg fielder therefore becomes quite necessary.
Yeah, real steep bounce, and Rabada is experienced enough to know how to work out the right length on this pitch.
Yeah, that's his great strength.
Where left is going to be your go-to shot in the earlier few overs here. It looks very, very green, and we've seen a bit of bounce already.
Yeah, from our standards, Ramis, that's not really green. Good grass covering will give you that, but it's not really green. I'll take you back to some of the days when Malcolm Marshall was our head pro in Durban. That was green.
Good covering grass. Really good covering of grass. It's not going to be quick, because the rain we've had around the place, but the grass is going to assist these seamers, that's for sure. As I said, in his 7th. And a very fine umpire at square leg at the moment. His 29th. Whoops, that's a little bit wayward.
Pakistan will have to shrug off that ODI mindset and make sure that they are very, very tight around that off-stump line. Kumar Dharmasena is the TV umpire. 3 slips in a gully, a weight, an outside end. So subcontinent players early on are quite happy to push through the ball through cover. Something like that. So you got to play with your soft hands. I know it challenges your makeup, your batting DNA, but you've got to do that to be a success here in South Africa.
Yeah, this length of this delivery is good. So Shan Masood shouldn't really be out in front of himself. Have a look where it comes through. It's kind of bail high. And if he's going to be pushing at that, it needs to be with a dead bat, not out in front of himself. And induce the outside edge, the inside edge.
That's the line, and the skipper opens his accounts and do Pakistan 1 for none.
का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात और उम्रा टिकट के बम्पर प्राइजेस। बोतल पर दिए गए QR कोड स्कैन करें और कुरानदाजी में शामिल हो जाएं।
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro.
Form guys, Babar Azam is going to be such a key player back in the lineup for Pakistan. Such a key player for them. Looms large. He got a magnificent century in an ODI game at this venue last time around. Marco Janssen, who was outstanding the first test match against Sri Lanka when he got that best of 7 for 13. Pakistan have never won at this venue. Played 3, lost 3.
Thanks, Hazy.
Ramis, Pakistan have not recorded a test win in South Africa for nearly 18 years. Rambo?
Double thanks.
Wide down the leg side. But we know, Ramis, they're a side that things can turn around quite quickly if things are not particularly going well behind the scenes, as you know yourself from your experience, particularly that 92 World Cup when you lost how many games in the lead-up?
Yeah, we were the first team to land in Australia, and we played 10 or 11 practice matches. We got thrashed in 9 out of 11. And then the campaign didn't start off well also. I think we lost 4 in a row.
And won the 92 World Cup.
That's right.
With you taking the final catch. Leg side again, so that radar's got to be adjusted.
I want to ask you, Polly, when you win the toss and as a batting side, openers go in, and before going in, you sweat a little bit because, there's a challenge and you get into that batting bubble. There's a pitch or batting pitch map in your mind also. What about the bowlers? What would they be thinking right now? Is there any extra pressure when you win the toss on a green pitch and decide to bowl?
Yeah, definitely. We'll touch on it now. So obviously you got this surface and you see the ball carrying through, and then the pressure goes on because the team believes that you've got that ability to bowl them out cheaply. And it's all about trying to get your wrist position right, you find your decent length, build the pressure and try and make early inroads. But you can't really force the issue too much. You've got to allow yourself just to back your lengths and your plans. And Marco Jansen, he's just settling in. I think those first deliveries, I don't think it came out of his hand all that well, but he'll settle in because he should be quite excited about the opportunity of bowling to 2 left-handers.
And he will get some bounce. Again, it's not going to be a quick bounce, but he will get some bounce and some movement.
If you go to the game plan for the batters, Rummies, the best way to approach batting in South Africa is to leave well. So if the ball's hit in a good area, still to have that positive mindset that if there's anything short and wide, even like that last delivery that he got from Jansen, you've got to go after that, because those are the ones you can score with a little bit of freedom and then run in between the wickets. So it was good to see Shan Masood charge through in that end of the last over, just knocking it down and ticking over the scoreboard.
Sam Ayub has got to embrace that boring outlook towards batting. So that ball that he hit so well through point will have to be left alone for the initial period. Not saying that he should just forego his natural instinct, because he's such a mighty good player when he's looking to attack. Mix caution with aggression, Hazy?
Yeah, I think so, because that's the other thing. There's so much responsibility on him because he's the man in form for Pakistan, so he's got to make sure he plays really well in this test series. Nicely controlled that shot. 2 for none.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का 1 पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ी कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Twice, in case you're just joining us, Jansen, Bosch, Rabada and Patterson. Patterson got his first 5 against Sri Lanka and PAK. Rabada again. That's a beauty. That's a terrific delivery.
Yeah, you need to put that out of your mind as a batter when this happens, because it's almost like going to the subcontinent. If you get a turning surface and you get your outside edge beaten, you've got to just forget about it. You can't read too much into it, because this is a peach. Comes out straight, and then as it pitches, just moves away from the left-hander. Nasty bowled, good length. And South Africa will be pretty happy about that after choosing to bowl first.
Again, a little bit of movement past that outside edge, a little bit fuller that time, tempting him.
Yeah, that's a subcontinent mindset. You see it pitched up and you go hard with hard hands. Wobbly seam. There was the invite. Shan Masood not entirely there.
Yeah, there's no doubt that this is going to be taking a great degree of fight from the Pakistan batsmen to make sure they blunt this attack. There's going to be 4 coming at them. You have to leave well. They're going to have to be very careful about Rabada, clearly. They will get the odd loose delivery from Jansen. Not so much from Patterson. Corbin Bosch bowled very nicely in his first outing for South Africa the other night, the Wanderers, and he's performed very well this season.
If you have a look at Shan Masood's career record, it's not overly impressive from a reading perspective, averaging just under 30. It's a decent sample size, 39 matches. And you think sometimes in Pakistan there can be some of the best batting conditions that you could experience. So he'll be disappointed. It must be a bit of a leadership thing as well. He must bring good leadership to the equation, and that's why he's continued to be picked. But I think from a leadership perspective, what he also wants to do is he wants to back it up with some big runs and really set a tone. 179 first-class games for him. He's a wealth of experience, over 11,500 runs, and he averages just under 40 in those, 2,800. So he'd want a little bit more from himself as a leader at the top of the order here in this tour.
And I think also, Sean, as you would only know so well, he's got to set a real tone at the top here.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's obviously got to show the grit and determination, but you do sometimes wonder, preparation-wise, what has gone through there. That's more impressive reading, and that's obviously what he's more capable of doing. But it's you do require a little bit of luck, unfortunately, as a batter at the top of the order. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You can get a ball that lands on the right area and nips away, takes the edge.
Sharp work from Dezorzi. Very good in that position. 10 years under the helmet for him, I think. 2 for none.
कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें, क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है. डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप.
Day test match. It's a special event. Oh, that's pretty adjacent. That's worth a shout. There's a sliding leg side. I think the skipper's going to be interested in this one. He wants some information.
Yeah, we saw in the first over, the wrist of Marco Jansen was just kind of pushing things down the leg side. It's interesting. South Africa want a fast start. Yeah, Temba Bavuma saying, I'm going to have a look, and at worst, I think it's going to be an umpire's call, so I won't lose my review.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is not out. Check both feet, fair delivery. Front on replay, please. Okay, bat is close to the, ball is close to the bat. You can go to the ultra edge when it's ready.
It actually looks better than what I
Gap between bat and the ball, flat line. You can go to the ball tracking. Original decision is not out. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets, umpire's call. Nitin, you can stay with your original decision, not out. You're on the screen. Make your signal.
Umpire's call comes into play early in this test match.
Yeah, got to be looking to play through mid-on, straight or wide mid-on, rather than breaking your wrist and playing through mid-wicket. Yeah, close, very close thing.
Yeah, when you win the toss, you're desperate for an early wicket, and you also, in the form that we've seen so far on the tour, Sam Ayub, you're desperate to see him on his way. So they'll be disappointed, South Africa. I mean, that one was almost a 50-50, wasn't it? It kind of looked pretty good. As an umpire, you're pretty nervous as well. You maybe not wanting to really make a decision too early in the piece, try and settle yourself in. But it goes with the umpire's call. You can see he gets across onto off stump almost. And that pitch is on maybe middle and off. It's just that extra nip, as I said, with the wrist position from Jansen that we've seen so far early on the piece. Just that extra little bit of nip takes it. And I'll be interested to know what percentage of the ball was hitting.
A little bit straighter that time. Played off around that middle stump, but it's Shah Masood.
Zose there will be credited, should be credited with 4 runs. That was at least a 3. Really well timed, and have a look at the reflexes. Beautifully done.
I've used this one before, but he's as sharp as a mongoose on amphetamines there at short leg.
Look at that carry through to Verena.
Yeah, I mean, two things that I'm looking at so far from Pakistan. At times, they're quite happy from playing from the crease, staying in the crease. Because every time Shan Masood have gone hard at the ball with the front foot, he's missed the line. So you've got to judge the line quickly and make sure.
Yes, Christmas. Didn't go, that's 4, Dogger. Looks like you had a good Christmas as well, scores 8. Welcome, Dave. The slow mo looked like it, but that one didn't.
का निशाना पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना जीते बेशुमार
रुक जा अंदर आ गया
Yeah, it's been a watchful start from Pakistan, and it needs to be. South Africa will be desperate to make an early inroad. They nearly had one LBW that was close.
Bader again. Nice and solid from Sam Ayub.
As you were asking me, mentally as a fast bowler, that sort of defence that we've just seen is obviously key. And anyone who leaves well, there's the Test Championship points. South Africa 63 points, one more victory, and they'll be playing in the final at Lords, which is exciting times to be part of this Test unit.
3 slips in a gully and a short leg. Allows that to go harmlessly through. Good stuff from Ayub.
Has got to make use of his very good form that we saw in the ODIs. Splendid hundreds. But he's got his work cut out. Rabada is an expert, a master at bowling that line. Saw it early, left it well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch this. So now he's hung out 2 deliveries there, Rabada, and he said to him, come on, we saw in the one-day series you had that tendency to want to drive, want to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Have you got the discipline? And then we'll have to watch whether Kakisa Rabada's got the discipline to stay, not offering anything too straight. Sam Ayub at this stage wants something on leg stump that he can just flick away and pick up some runs.
Again, a little bit wide, full. Allowing that to harmlessly go through. 20 balls now for 4 for Shah Masood. Just the 9 deliveries for Ayub at this stage.
I think they've done reasonably well. Almost 5 overs done. Without a wicket down, Pakistan absorbing all the pressure, the openers, and that's what you're supposed to do also at times.
Couldn't agree more. On this sort of surface, it's exactly what you've got to do. Leave. Don't incentivise. Slips Corden at all. That's a good solid shot. No big flourish. Just relying on his pure ability. Coming back for 2 only. Thought about the 3rd, but he settled on 2. 7 for none.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ी कंजेशन को जड़ से ख़त्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
एक्सियल का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात।
Jansen again. Oh, extra bounce. That is a terrific delivery. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's giving Shan Masood something to think about. How do you play that short pitch delivery? I don't know if it's made contact with the helmet. If it is, obviously the concussion protocol needs to be followed. Yeah, it's an edge onto the helmet. The helmet's actually saved him, because if this had missed the helmet, it would have floated up towards the slip cordon and might have been able to be grabbed by one of those slippers. But that was uncomfortable length to deal with.
Yeah, it certainly was. Cliffy Deacon out there straight away. Physiotherapist. He's been there for 7 years now, Cliff Deacon. Done a terrific job with the team. He's obviously got 2 things to worry about now. The hand, the thumb, and also to make sure from a concussion point of view he's okay, but it looks fine from the latter.
He's pretty tall, Jansen, and got it to rise awkwardly, and there's a short leg in position as well. That could be one reason why he wanted to fend it off rather than playing the pull shot. It wasn't that shot to play the pull shot. But thankfully he's fine, he's okay.
I like this application from these 2 opening batsmen at the moment. It's not easy. Shan Masood said at the toss that it's evident that it's going to be assisting the bowlers first up. They obviously wanted to bowl with the 4 seamers that they've selected. So it was always going to be tough, and so far so good for them.
Yeah, we also touch on the fact that it is Test cricket, isn't it? Hey, so every aspect of your game is going to be tested, whether your defence, your attacking ability. You've got to have a bit of a brave mental state as well, because you can just walk in and say, well, I'm just going to back myself, be as loose as possible, just swing at everything, just try and score quickly. It doesn't really help the team cause if you get out in the process. So how can you go about compiling a big score and being consistent at doing it?
Very deep to Zorzi. Well, that's nicely played. That's terrific. That's a really good shot. That is just superb control.
Yeah, he plays the pull shot exceedingly well. In a very good position this time, and there was this uninhibited mindset to playing that length. Easily done.
Yeah, that's the shot you can play when there's no one back. It's just someone at short leg, so all your weight can be on the back foot. Have a look where he makes contact. His front foot's off the ground, but he's not looking to whack it away with immense power. It's just getting in position to steer it behind square leg.
Easing that one around the corner as well. Verena was a bit excited, which is not unusual.
I tell you, I think could be effective here for South Africa. It might not take them long to introduce him to the attackers, Dane Patterson. Because of his stature and his ability of bowling a fuller length, that's what you want to be doing here, day 1 of the test. So it'd be interesting to see if they go down that route and get him in sooner rather than later.
I'm looking forward to see Corbin Bosch. I want Corbin Bosch to run in here. He bowled quickly in that game at the Wanderers. He's consistently above 140 k's per hour. Plenty of time from Sam Ayub to play that one into the covers. Clearly a man in perfect flow with his game right now. Ayub, there's Corbin Bosch, number 37, on debut today, so what a big moment for him. Of course, this is where his dad played. I played with his dad for many years here at Northern Transvaal in those days. Big, fast, very fast, quick bowler. Was Tertius. Passed away sadly in his mid-30s.
Yeah, he was the nicest, softest individual off the field, but wasn't the case on the field. He was a fiery fast bowler with a bit of aggression and lethal mindset to go in tow.
Well, we might actually get you to tell that story, Sean, in the next over when you played against Tertius. I'd enjoy that again.
Okay, we'll give it to you at in the start of next over.
Righto. End of the over, 13 for none.
हेल्प ऐप से कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं अल्फा करने का नाम है। डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
एक्सील का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात और उम्र
Right, Sean. 145.1 k's per hour. Tell us about that encounter you had with Tertius Bosch, who used to bowl 145 plus all the time, and he didn't have a slower ball at all. Tell us about that, Sean.
Yeah, he was a tall individual and bowled from a half point as well. You know, it was my debut for Natal, my first class debut. And I went into bat. I think I was batting number 10 at the time.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. That's a very good delivery pass that outside edge. Number 10. Was about right.
Yeah, I wasn't far off where I should have been batting. But he ran in and he bowled a couple of deliveries to me, and I bobbed and weaved, ducked, tried to not get into any trouble. And then eventually he managed to pitch one up, and I kind of just got bat on ball, went straight down the ground. We ran through for 3 and I got to the non-strikers end, and as he walked past me he said to me, I'll wait until this delivery is completed, he said to me, youngster, now I'm going to have to kill you. And for an 18-and-a-half-year-old kid looking up at this big fiery fast bowler, I was petrified. Absolutely petrified. Thank goodness my partner got out a couple of deliveries late and I never had to face another delivery from him. But it scarred me for life.
In all my time at Northern Transvaal, I just remember 2 people he sledged. One was you, of course, and that story we all remember. It's just a half shout, really. No more than that. No one's too excited out there. The other one was Herschel Gibbs on debut here at Supersport Park. He said the same thing. He wanted to kill him as well, and Herschel honestly thought the ball was just bouncing a little bit more under the thigh pad. Herschel Gibbs, I think he was 17 if I'm not mistaken, he actually thought he was going to get killed that day from Tertius. So only 2 people I saw him get annoyed about, you and Herschel. Glad you got your own back over the years.
I can't understand. I mean, I can understand Herschel might have rubbed me off the wrong way, but I'm just such a nice guy, Hazy. What did I have done to him?
I'll pass on that.
You're that kind of personality, actually.
Settle down, Rambo.
Ayub looks nice and relaxed out there, having a chat to his partner from 22 yards at the other end. And now his technique's great. He knows when to relax and when to